What's up, Digidestins? Did you hear the bell? That means it's another day in the Digimon Market Watch. So guys, we have some interesting stuff to talk about. There have been buyouts on high rarity cards. There's stuff you shouldn't be touching with a 10-foot pole. And then there's other stuff you should be questioning on what's going to go on with it. So without further ado, let's get into the video and talk about it. So we have Machinedramon Alternate Art Dimensional Phase BT11. This card has gotten bought out. We are now to $140 PSA 9 locked in, and so you're gonna have to cut that open if you want to play it, or you're paying $500. Either of which are non-acceptable. But recently, in the last couple days, somebody came and just cleared house the last couple low ends that we had. So it just happens like that. And with Machinedramon hype, this is kind of expected. Everyone's hyped to play Mugen, and the play style is kind of either you go for a Jogger style, which goes up to Ragnar Lord, or you can go for a normal Machinedramon play where you're using Ultimate Connection to reduce play cost and brings it down even further, and then Machinedramon comes in for just clearing house. So all in all, really good potential for this deck. Europe side still holding strong. People are buying though. 120 euros, 129 euros, 150. So there is movement here for the last couple days. Chaosdramon Alternate Art is on buyout. $33.33 is what you got to pay for if you want this card. I'm sorry to say this, but your chance of max rariting Mugen is looking like thousands instead of hundreds. So this is going to be very expensive in the long game. Europe side looking like 15 euros, 16 euros, 18 euros, up to 30, which is good, but it is kind of expensive as well. Omnimon Alter S Silver Alternate Art just bought out like a few days ago. We're on 2.8 like last week. Boom, gone. No more listings. No surprise here. I'm just surprised it hasn't started moving back into the market. Okay. Europe side looking like 50 euros, 60 euros. Yeah, fun stuff. Omnimon Cross Time box promo, Battle Omni, BT5, $175 and climbing. People are paying for it. Somebody was buying these just to cause movement or something like that, but outside of that, nothing too crazy. Or 175, 185. I'm guessing this is just for Max Guru here, but that's just my assumption. Europe side kind of just holding strong in the hundreds, sold. Nothing moved in higher than the hundreds. I mean, it sold for 120 earlier, but in the last couple days, we're looking like... Why is that weird? 02, 04, $100, 1116, 11.2. Oh, nope, this is 11.2. This is 1116. The last sold was $100 at 04, 02. Got it. 02, 04. So... yeah, nobody's really picking up on this card. I think it was just somebody that just wanted one copy for their collection. Leviamon X Antibody Exceeds. We're now touching $11, $12. I expect this to keep coming down a little bit and then turn around pretty quickly for what hype is going to be. Europe side looking like 40 euros and climbing. For the alternate art, well, $40 and climbing for a light play. Light play near mints are like 45s. No surprise here. This card seemed to be extremely hard to pull, and using data that has been presented, by DigiPanda, that was very interesting and good inside information where you got a good understanding of what's going on with it. This card was a really hard pull to make. So was the regular Levy, but there's other cards too. Europe side looking like 11 euros, 12 euros. So they're following suit, matching our rates, which is kind of good here. Let's see for the alternate art. A little bit lower than us by just like $1. So 39 euros to 40 euros. So they're kind of matching pretty easily. Apocalypse. I already said this. This card is going to tank fast. We're already touching for a light play for $12.50. So we're touching 15s still. And this thing is going to keep going down. I wouldn't be surprised if it even hits less than that. Europe side looking like 8 euros, 9 euros. 10 euros. Nobody's touching this with a 10-foot pole. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing touches $2 in about a week. So we'll have to see what happens on release and if you guys are picking them up. Europe's for Matt Ishida alternate art exceeds. We're looking at $30, and people are picking this up. I wouldn't invest into this and just wait for release and then snag them. But people get impatient and hoping that they'll get their cards sooner if they buy in pre-sales. They don't. Gabumon alternate art exceeds BT15, climbing $30. Cool. Europe side looking like 20 euros and 93 cents, 22 euros. A lot cheaper than us. Magnamon Ace special rarity exceeds BT15. So the crest version looks quite clean, actually. I like the art and everything like that. I saw it in person. It's really good looking. $200 was his last sold. We got $350, $400 are on market, which is kind of high for this thing. I would not invest into that height, but we'll see if that's how it holds. Europe side looking like 360, 365, 390. Quantumon. Finally, we're getting to see the BT15, LMN stuff. There's $32 for light play. I expect the Quantumon to drop into the 20s, if not lower. Don't get all in the hype here. Only a few decks will play this, and that's going to be like Bloom Lord. You might see it in Yellow Vaccine. Who knows? But it's not really usable in Yellow Vaccine very often. But I mean, there's potential. I don't think Quantumon's going to hold long-term value. I think Metal Garumon's going to be the bigger of the secrets of the set. Apocalymon's going to be the worst one, and then you have Quantumon. Europe side looking like 20 euros, 23 euros. Yeah. X Antibody Protoform, Animal Coliseum, $11.99, and going up, boys and girls. They are climbing. We're going at 12s, 10s. Yeah. I'm going to be straight honest with you. I'm not surprised here. I will expect this to keep going up. Europe side looking like 17 euros, 18 euros, 19 euros, up to 30s. It's cap. Crazy. But Protoform does see play in X Antibody decks. So the fact that it does exist and it does have a way of gaining you some decent value, by its inheritable, if this would pop up. No, it doesn't want to do it. But when this Digimon would leave the barrier, other than buy one of your effects from blah, 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 blah. Let me just go back a page and I'll read it. Buy its inheritable. When this Digimon would leave the battle area, other than buy one of your effects from this Digimon's Digivolutions, return one Digimon card to the hand, and then place X Antibody at the top of, and then place one X Antibody at the top of your security stack, which is really good. Then we're going to talk about Raremon. Raremon's $25 here and going down. People are buying them in the 24 range now. There's constant movements on this, so it's going to hold in the 25. So I'm going to be straight up honest with you. One thing about Raremon that I noticed is that this thing is basically a better Omekimon for the 7 Great Demon Lords. This is something you need for the future deck. I did not realize that, so my bad. I made a mistake. I didn't realize this is what caused probably the hype was the 7 Great Demon Lords was more of a push that way, and you kind of need it for that deck. Europe side looking like 30 euros, 60 euros. Shine Greymon Ruin Mode alternate art $80 and climbing. If you have this, just sell it. People are buying them in the 80s very comfortably, and that's scary. So make your money. They're not going to pay for the 90s or close to 100, but make your money here. Europe side looking like 87, 94. People paid 80 euros and stuff like that, but I don't think they're going to pay these higher. Skull Knightmon promo 115 starting to come down a little bit. It's from, people are snagging them up in the 14s though as quickly as they're listed, so I don't know how long that's going to last. The Europe side looking like 11 euros 45 cents, 12 euros, 14 euros. Yeah, at least it's coming down. Then we have Venusmon. Venusmon is starting to climb up again, boys and girls. This is no surprise here. Waifu tax plus. It's actually played in several different decks, from Yellow Vaccine to the Numemon deck. You have options. Venusmon is just going to be Venusmon. 9, 10s. Europe side looking like 4 euros and 95 cents, 5 euros, 6 euros. I'm just hovering around there. Chimeramon sitting at $9.11 and going down a little bit, which is good to see. Dino B is around the corner. We just have to wait till May. No surprise. Europe side 13s, 14s, 15s. Congratulations. Agumon X Antibody alternate art coming down more and more as slowly as it can. I don't see this thing. This thing is going to get bought as soon as anything lower is listed. Usually $40 is kind of just where it's just being forced to hold. I'm not surprised here. Hopefully the Judge version comes out sooner than later. Europe side looking like 25 to 40 euros. Then Omnimon Alter B alternate art is on buyout, 5 listings left, and basically only one at 25 left. Can we add this to a cart? Yes, we can. So we're at 30s and 32s, but it's not seeming like much is moving here. Most of them seems to be in the 20s to 15s, but it's moving. You need 2 of this for the Omni Control deck. That is basically what's going to replace the Apocalypse deck. So kind of expected here. Europe side looking like 18s, 20, 22s, and going up. Death Slinger, if you guys are waiting on picking up Death Slingers from the 3v3, might be getting close to time to a good pickup. You know, $17.98. You know, this card's been sitting at 50 for the longest time. Now it's touching into 20s and 30s, which is good to see. If you can pick these up at the 18 mark, you're definitely making some decent ways of getting your max rarity going. Europe side looking like 12 euros to 14s to 15s as well. So trying to get into those ranges is what you really want to be in. Anything else is ridiculous. Terriermon 1 anniversary is climbing up, boys and girls. If you have this and just been sitting in your bulk for the longest time to flip it. $25. Don't pick up this one. It's a Chinese New Year promo. You get this part of the next adventure set, next green only tournament. So, you know, 30s and 40s. Congratulations. But yeah, Europe side looking like 10 euros, 12 euros, 14 euros. Going down. Gatomon official tournament pack starter deck, $4.44 and climbing. Once we know what the results are for if the Machinedramon deck has a decent top headway, you're going to expect this card to start climbing more. I think right now, hold off on flipping it. Just wait a little bit longer just to see what's going to happen. I think you're going to make more money if Machinedramon is one of the top 3 decks. If it ends up being like that, expect this thing to touch 10s, and then you're going to really make some good headway money. Europe side looking like 2 euros, 2 euros 50 cents, 3 euros. Imperial Dramon Paladin Mode Blast Day Special Edition, $90 and going down. One sold for 85, but that's about it. There's not much crazy movement here. Europe side looking like 130 euros to 200. Yeah, don't touch that. Sunimon Box Topper still climbing. We're seeing sales even now at 13s. So if you still have this, sell it for 13s. You're going to make some decent money. Europe side looking like 1 euro to 9 euros to 14s. It jumps all over the place. Woromon Exceed Apocalypse pre-release cards. We're looking like $16.90, holding strong here. I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised. No movement really. We saw some bouncing around here in the 13s to 16s, but that's up to you if you want to max rarity the Monzemon deck. Europe side looking like 5s to 6 euros very comfortably. No sales though. Supreme Connection Exceeds. We're touching $7.50. Depends on if you want to see value in the card or not. I think it has a lot of potential. We're going to have to see, though. Europe side looking like 5 euros, 7 euros. Hagurumon cooled off from that bloody $80 mark. Now we're back into a realistic of 17s. Not surprised there. Machinedramon hype is Machinedramon hype. Europe side looking like 9 euros, 12 euros. Kairumon. This jammer is just basically sitting at 30s and nobody wants to pay for it. 18s are where they're going to probably pay comfortably. Europe side looking like 12s to 20s. Nobody's really paying more than that. Megadramon X Record pre-release card, $10. $10. And kind of on buyout, still only 5 listings. Crazy. Then we do have 3 euros to 6 euros. Metal Edamon, we're looking like $8.50, holding strong on buyout. There's only 2 listings left. And people are picking them up left and right at $8, so I wouldn't be surprised if this thing gets disappeared by the end of the day. Europe side looking like €1 to €2. Platinumemon Blast Ace. If you have this, flip it. I mean, I think this was supposed to be like $7.90. I don't know. There's some issues here, but you know, $8.50, $2.50. I'm gonna be straight honest with you. I think somebody listed regular arts, and someone's gonna be very disappointed when they really receive the regulars. But yeah, we're looking at Europe side looking like 10 cents, 50 cents. Yeah. Mega Kabuterimon Ace alternate art. Holding strong at $23. This is going to be a big toss-up. Depends on if you guys are ready for Tyrant. This thing might hold this value in a couple weeks when we get closer and closer to Tyrant, because Tyrant is actually going to probably push to be best deck of the format this coming set. So we'll have to see where that goes. But BT16 is going to be something very much nasty. Europe side looking like €3, 13s. Yeah. Alternate art here. Well, that was just $3. Again, it really comes down to what you're expecting from the set. But 24 to 28, I think this has potential of holding a lot of value depending on what comes down the pipe and what people value. If people value green to be one of the next cards you really need, they're going to invest into it. Right now, €5, €6. And then Amphimon Ace, $11.98. People are picking them up in the 12s and 13s, but hold off. I think it's going to dip down more. Europe side looking like €4 to €5. Going down. But all in all, that is the market watch, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.